Hey y'all, it's Melissa at MessyMissy Creates. Happy Christmas Eve or Day. It's Christmas Eve when I'm filming this, but I think it'll be Christmas Day when it comes out. So I just wanted to wish you all, if you celebrate, a very Merry Christmas. And I hope that you are doing lots of fun things and don't have time to watch this video until much later in the day. Because you're just so full of festivities, right? So, but I thought I would put one out today, and I'm just flipping through, trying to find where I'm currently at. In the meantime, you get a little bit of a flip through. So, anyway, like I said, I hope that you are having a wonderful, wonderful holiday, and, you know, I know not everybody celebrates, and I know that it's not wonderful for everybody. And, you know, my heart is a little heavy today, too. I'm not with my daughter, or my daughter is not, you know, with us this year. And, I mean, that sounded not like I meant it to sound. Anyway, she's not coming home this year. So, we've kind of gotten used to that. Her not being here, but we have been a bit estranged from each other this year. So there's a bit of sadness in my heart, even though I'm going through the motions, and I'm enjoying, like, genuinely enjoying the things that I'm doing, like making cards and baking cookies and wrapping presents and doing all the fun things. And but there's that lingering heaviness in the background that I wish were not present, but it is. And so anyway, we're doing the 19th. We went to, I think I'm going to cut this or tear this down a little bit further. We went that evening. I journaled during the day. Well, I quit looking at what I was doing, and then I started not doing it right, doing a very poor job of what I was doing. But, so let me get this glued down, because I think that, I mean, I could put it here. That might make more sense. But I kind of liked it up in that corner. And then I'll put my day and date on top of it. And I may have to pause and go get, because if I need my art glitter glue, it's out in the kitchen. I was making more cards, finishing up the last few cards for, like, my family and ones that I didn't have to mail. I was finishing those up this morning. So, of course, I left my stuff out in the kitchen. And I'm trying to clean up that mess now that I'm done. And I am moving on to baking cookies. I made a batch last night. And we had a couple of people stop by and exchange gifts and all the things last night. And so all the cookies were gone. And let's see, this, I don't have a lot on this to put on this page. So I think I'm going to leave this page just pretty like it is, I think. And hopefully this will, if I will hush and concentrate, will go pretty quickly. But, anyway, so I just wanted to, you know, just to let you know that if you are struggling, you're not alone. And I know that you probably already know that. You didn't need me to tell you that. But, so I thought that I would make a video to come out on Christmas, just in case, you know, you're not surrounded by festivities and friends and family and needed some company to share Christmas with in your craft room. So I thought I would do that with you. And I chatted with Kari on this day. I journaled, and I'm sure I haven't cut everything out, so I don't know how far I will get. But my scissors are even out there. I think all of my scissors are out there at this point, except for this little and my fabric scissors, and that's a no-no. I'm not allowed to use my fabric scissors. Let's use these. Even my Tim Holtz ones are out there. My kitchen scissors are because we've got like a wrapping station table in the living room, and then we have my card making station on the kitchen table, and I'm ready for both of those things to be cleaned up. We're done with them at this point. And I was starting to clean up and bake cookies, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go film a video before anybody else comes by or has a chance to distract me in any way. And so here we are. So I thought that some of you might enjoy having a video on Christmas Day. And like I said, there's some of you that don't celebrate at all. And it's just an ordinary day for you. So either way, I thought that we could be each other's company in the craft room. And then, okay, this was a co-worker that used to work with my husband. She and her husband invited us up. They live north of here. They actually live in Alabama. And they met us part way. It's very country roads back between here and there. And there's one diner. And it's pretty good. Country cooking is some of those little hole-in-the-wall places that you stop at. Sometimes that's the best food, right? So, I may have to use this side for a minute. And then I'll need a scrap, sort of. I mean, this kind of is a scrap just in itself. If I had my art glitter glue in here, I could get under there, right? Ooh, but wait. I think I have another bottle of art glitter glue. Well, we're going to see if we can make it through without me pausing it and going and getting the rest of the stuff. So, I need a scrap. And I have lots of scraps. And I'm even thinking that I could put... I have a yellow dyed paper. I have 2 yellow dyed papers. I could cut, if I wanted something over here, I could cut this like that and make a little journaling spot to say that I was journaling. Or I can look in my scrap bucket, which is hidden under stuff. Surprise, surprise. Oh, never mind, there's one. The one I've been getting is out. And in my chair, I use the Pam. And it still squeaks. So, I don't know what to tell you. This one is a little darker than I'd like. But it's writable. Some of them have, like, surfaces that aren't... Like, this one is bumpy. It's cool, but it's bumpy. This one would work very well, but it's bumpy. I couldn't write on it. So, and I don't see a lot of yellows or oranges other than those. Do you see any that I'm missing? I didn't really want to try to match that teal. But, that's just, well, could it be that simple? This one's not horrible. Let me look in my other bucket. It's got some bigger scraps in it. That was my smaller bucket of scraps. This is like really thin, like handmade paper, and then you got real thick stuff in here. And then, oop, I see a piece of orange that we could use. That would work. It's not the same color orange, but that one might work. That's the same thing, just different size. And I think I got this one more yellow, and then we're going to just make a decision from there. Okay. That will work. Those are all my scrap buckets. I love this one, but I would never be able to write on it. This one's too dark. This one just looks like a sticky note. What do you think? This is not the right orange, although I liked it. This is more of the right orange, and it looks like a scrap because it's even cut crooked. So I'm thinking I like that one. See how it slants right there? So, and it matches the orange over here. So I'm thinking that might be what we put right here. And then I can just write that I journaled. And I'll go ahead and put like my chat with Kari over here. Or, let's see. Uh-oh, I lost. Yikes. I do it every time. Squeak chair. I either sweep it off the desk when I put a bucket up here. I had us eating at the diner. And I don't know where it went. I don't see it where it fell. It's not in with the scraps. So it'll surface and I'll put it here. That's all I can say. Now this really is cardstock, so it needs more than glue stick, but we're going to use glue stick. So, because I don't have my glitter glue in here. And my husband's out there watching TV, so I don't want to, well, not that it would disrupt him or anything like that. But anyway, I was journaling. I should have thought about this before I got my card from Lydia this day. I should have looked at that before I made a commitment about this. Because that will play a factor in where stuff goes. And what did I do with it? I think I just saw it right here. Why do I think it's that day? And it wasn't that day. So I have a package from Lydia at February and June, an envelope or a card. And it is all the way from New Zealand. And I do believe, Lydia, you can tell me if I'm wrong, I do believe this is her own artwork. Isn't it precious? And I love it. And then there's a few goodies in here. And some washi sample. Look at the carrots. Oh my goodness, I'm going to be growing carrots. I haven't started my carrots yet, but and the strawberries and confetti and birds and how pretty. And then peppermint and a little doily and one other, a red peppermint as well. So I'm going to keep those out because I want to use those. I'm going to keep that out because I want to use this. And then I'll keep that out. And then I will, and she's got all her little stamp stars and washi and all that fun stuff. And so I'm thinking I want, and this is just my P.O. box, so I wasn't worried about that. I'm debating on tipping in her card. There's a sweet message on the back, and I don't want to hide that, and I don't have clear tape in here either. I can't believe I lost that. I say that like I'm surprised. I mean, like, really, I lose something in every video. So if you're new here, yes, I lose something in every video. But I want to keep, I know that I watched Bridget struggle with this the other day on her video. And I think I'm going to keep it intact. And I think I'm going to keep it, even though I would love for that to show through. Let me run. I've got to have my clear tape. Let me pause you for just a second. Okay, well, apparently I got my art glitter glue. I got the tape. But we apparently finished. My husband must have finished the tape. Wrapping the last of the presents. Or he was doing something in there with it earlier. So I finished. Yeah, I had one more to wrap this morning. I finished most of mine yesterday. And anyway, okay, so I have the clear tape in here. So I'm going to tape this in right here. And then I may not even put more washi on it because she already has really cute washi right there. And yeah. So why cover up her cuteness? There we go. Perfect. And then I can pull the card out. Okay, I did not find, I didn't really look. It only lets you pause for a second, so it inevitably will show up. But that was the picture of us at the diner because we went that night. And then what else did we do? I think that was it. And oh, I gotta glue down my chat with Kari. And yeah, I went out there and went to grab the tape. And I'm like, oh no, it's not here. Well, Kari, you might get to be princess for the day on my page. What do you think of that? Okay, I got my scissors. I can put these little ones up now. They're good for fussy cutting, but they're not good for like long straight. Yeah, I'm thinking I like that. I think I'm gonna put that up here. And I'm just gonna put some glue on the center. I'm not gonna worry about gluing around the edges. And right up there. You got gold-plated, Kari. That's Kari at the Concrete Butterfly. And this is from Lydia at February and June. And the scraps is from Allison at AJ's Inspired Life. Her item of the month challenge for this December is, or December this year, is scraps. And it's driving me crazy that I can't find that. But I will come back and put that on. I'm not going to hold that up. So this is Saturday the 20th. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. This is a very busy page, although that does stand out fairly well. My niece came over and we cleaned up my front room, which was my old craft room, and now it's half walk-in pantry, half old craft storage room. It's got like, used to do vinyl and all that, so it's got my heat press and my silhouette. I didn't have a Cricut. I had 2 silhouettes, and I have a Brother Scan and Cut. And I want to be able to use that Brother Scan and Cut again, so she was helping me get that kind of organized. And then she went and... Okay, I know I cut that picture out. I must have printed it twice. That's funny. Okay. And then she went out and helped him put on the new trolling motor on the boat. So we believe it hasn't been in the water yet. So I'm crossing my fingers. But finally, after the 3rd or 4th attempt at getting this new trolling motor, hopefully now this one wasn't used. I can't believe they sent us a used one. I mean, it didn't even have all the parts, and it had clearly been mounted and on a boat, and they sold it as new. It would have been different if we would have bought like a refurbished one, you know. But Bass Pro Shop is where he got it, and they made good on it. And this is what he got. It's a ghost. So we did that, or they did that. I didn't do that. And then I have this picture of, it's like you see the person hiding under there. That would be me and all the mess. It wasn't quite that dramatic, but that I already had that cut out and printed. So since I printed this twice, apparently, I might as well go ahead and cut it and not worry if the other one doesn't resurface. But this was us eating at a diner on the previous page. I think that was the one. And then I have, yeah. Okay. maybe I didn't cut it out. Did I imagine that? Because I was pretty sure I cut it out. Because I was pretty sure I saw it sitting here until I put my scrap box up here. And it's probably stuck to the bottom of my scrap box. But guess what? This one's getting glued down right here. And I left room that if I wanted to come back and, you know, trace around it with a marker or whatever, I could. And I have my scrap for the day. Okay. So onward and forward. And this is Saturday the 20th. We're getting there. And how much time have I spent? Okay. So, oh, and we had tacos for dinner. More like chicken burritos. We call them chicken tacos, but they're more of a burrito-ish. And my niece loves them too. So, after we got to working, he cooked and he makes some great. They're not quite fajitas. They're more of a chicken burrito. We don't do the hard shell with them. We do the tortilla shell. So, in all essence of the word, it's a chicken burrito. And I think, no, this one is, I think this goes on Friday too. I'm not sure, but I think so. Okay, so this day, or this is the sign. I think I already showed you the sign, but we finally got it hung on the door of the chicken coop. And it's a little sign that says Holly Jolly Chickmas, because he wanted to decorate the chicken coop for Christmas. That was as far as we went. We didn't do anything else crazy, but okay, so none of this is going to show up here. And I want to leave some of this for writing room. I did not put washi down here. I am going to put washi on this side. So let me uncover my washi. And let's find something that we like. There's a lot of gold in this side. Gold and orange. And then there's that teal in those mittens. So I'm liking that right off the bat. So let's just go with that. Because that matches and it's handy. So what else could you ask for, right? I have my first batch of cookie dough in the fridge. It's a kind that you roll out. You roll into balls with your hands. And when it's warm. And I soften the butter a little too much. And also, too, I'm not used to cooking. This is the first year that I've cooked with fresh eggs. You know, the cookie. So I guess it made it very sticky. So I said, well, I'm going to make the batter, and then, or the dough, rather, not the batter. And then stuck it in the fridge. So I will continue my, I'm trying to think, this goes up here, and I hang that from, and I tape that from behind there. That can dangle down, or it can dangle up and out, or wherever it wants to dangle. And this has the reason he wanted this one is it has what's called spot lock on it. So, like, if you're wanting to stop and redo your hooks or your line or your anything, it can, you push this button and it keeps you right where you are. And so that was a definite feature that we both wanted. So I think I probably did make more cards this day. I've got lots of scraps. This was, it says sending warm hugs. This is just random scraps that I was using to make different cards. So I could use any of that. Or I could use, I don't think this goes, I wouldn't use it on there anyway. Okay, this does not have any pink in it. So that is not gonna fly. I could put a pocket here. That might help. And let me get all my pockets out. and see if we can find one that doesn't clash too badly. This one might actually work. It's still busy, and I could put it over here, but it would stick to this paper better. I don't know. I don't really need... Do I need a pocket on? I can just write on this page. But there's so many things that aren't going to show up over here. So that's why I was thinking if I had a pocket, I could put that like right there, and then I could tie this on, you know, put the hole in and then tie that on, and that could be my tag topper. And we can put that, stands out okay right there. This could go right here, and I could put, oh, the boat doesn't quite fit. Oh darn. Oh darn, oh darn. Well, that's unfortunate. So I could put that there and this underneath it like that. That wouldn't be bad. Let me glue the pocket down. And do we like this? No. Nope, definitely not. Let me make sure I've got it upright. So how are y'all doing? How's your journal coming along? I feel like this is not too far behind for me. This makes, if I finish this page, I want it to get to the next page, which I might still. And that would only make me like 2 or 3 days behind. Or 3 or 4, whatever. So for me, that's not bad at all. I've had to play some catch up in the last couple videos. You know, and I had to do a couple, like 2 or 3 pages without you, because I was way behind for a little while. And put that up there. I'll leave room for a little hole. Okay, so I still don't have a scrap on this day. So let's, okay, I guess that's wrong to put the, oh, sometimes I crack myself up. I'm putting the chicken burrito right under the sign that goes into the chicken coop. Is that, how wrong is that? How bad is that? Tell me. Is it bad? We don't eat our chickens. We just eat the eggs. But that did occur to me that that looks rather funny. Let me punch a hole. I may use some different string than what's on that tag, or what's attached to this. Maybe, maybe not. I could do this. Well, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can't. I want that one down in that hole, and it does not want to go in that hole. Come on. There we go. Just needed some persuasion. So I want to tie a knot, but not all the way down. You know what I'm saying? Because I want it to hang off. Off the page if it wants to. Like, hang off there. So, and he still had, once they had it on, I came out and looked. And I think I'm going to put some washi here just to do some division. We'll put some contrasting colors here so that it will not look, avalanche. Something that will, I don't know if I want green. And I just wanted something thin, but something that would make this stand out from this. I don't want red because there's really not, that is a cherry red, and there's not a red in there. Not that color red anyway. I could do this turquoise plaid. That really doesn't help it stand out at all. Could do the green. I don't want that. The blue mittens again. I don't think I want that. This would work. The blue stripe. I've got kind of this. This is kind of a mint green though. This is a mint green. It's more for like January. What do we have? What else do we have? I know we have plenty of stuff to choose from. This might work. It's a little thicker than I wanted. It really doesn't match anything. So, has gold and different greens, and I haven't used it yet, apparently, based on the fact that it's not open. How bad does that look? Well, it said definitely separates it, but I don't like it. About some blue penguins. How about we stick with what we put over here? Okay, let me not sling anything else off my desk. Yeah, why didn't I think of that sooner? I'll just keep it consistent with what we have on this side. Nope, can't have it that high. Okay. One day I need to get one of those like gift cards in here that you can tear off the washi with rather than having to cut it. Okay, so that gives it a little bit of separation. Not much, but it works. And then we're going to put the boat, we're going to run it all the way off the edge of the pocket. And then I'm going to put this over here, and I still need a scrap. And I need to put this somewhere. Maybe I'll put this up here. And then I still have plenty of writing room. And let's see what scrap we want to use. What else did I do that day? Let me find my notes. Cleaning, control motor. That was pretty much it. Let me glue the boat down while I'm thinking. Oh, I could use, no I couldn't. I mean, that's kind of a scrap. It's, well, it's ephemera. I don't know if it's really a scrap. Close that up. And, oh, I haven't glued this down. But I was waiting to see what I was going to do with my scraps. Let me see if I can use one of these. Just kind of like I did the other ones as a page. Oh, I've got this one, which is big. It's green and it's got Santas on it. That would be too big for that page. And I have another one like this that I could glue on. I don't know if I can peel the boat up or not. This is where I was cutting out Santa faces. And even though Peach isn't in that color wheel or the color options on this page, I could still do that. And that's using my card scraps. So let's do it. Let's do it. Because otherwise these are just going to get thrown away. And I think they're kind of cool. And I like the way that they, I've been using this one to help turn the page. And then, let me give this a little boost of glue since I pulled it up. There we go. Okay. So we have our scrap. And we have our tag. I could make this a little more colorful. I could use, I don't want that yellow. I could use this red. Fabric scissors. That's not really that red, is it? I thought I saw orange in here. I did see it's kind of like a, ooh, I like. Ooh la la. It's almost like a brown. No. I think I want the red. And I don't know if that's how you're supposed to do this, but that's how I've been doing it. I'm not going to cut much. I just want it to give this a little bit of color right here. And I want to move on to the next page. If I have time. Yeah. I have a friend coming over. She and her, we have some presents for her and her 2 children. And, there. That's pretty. It gives a little color to that page. So, and see, I can tuck this down in here if I don't want it flopping everywhere. Okay, so now I can glue this on over here now that I know what we did with our scrap. And you can tell I was going to use that for a different day and didn't. That was back when we were working in the building. We haven't worked in the building in a while. We were supposed to have the sale before Christmas, and then I got that vertigo really bad. Oh, wait, we're not done. When I had all that trouble with the vertigo for so many weeks, that really put us behind, and there's no way I could have done it in December. But I really wanted to. Because we had new stuff that people could have used for Christmas presents, and, you know. So it was a bummer that we couldn't get it together in time for, a Christmas sale. But I think that page is broken up enough. This can flop out of the journal if it wants to. This I can use to turn the page. And I'm going to do this page. I think I have plenty of time. This was the day. Okay, so you're going to see a variety of stuff. Okay, I have 2 Starbucks packages. I need to probably throw that one away. It had cake in it. And we won't talk about that. This one just had a gift card in it. So I'm right off the bat, I'm going to put that on this page as a pocket. Well, not right off the bat, but that's my plan right off the bat. And I might put this on here like this. The other thing, when I have my sticker, and I had this thing. I don't know if I need it or not, but I had it. We went to the food court, and well darn. Okay, so I might glue this down here. We went into the food court. Let me move that sorry silk. And gotta decide. I may count this as a scrap. I mean, because it's cut off of the... I tore it off of the... It's the deli wrap for the food basket. You know what I mean? I always tear the corner off. This isn't what I had. Actually, this is what my nephew had. And he kind of looked at me funny when I was tearing the corner off his basket of food. I did wait until he was done eating. I figured that would be nice. He doesn't quite understand. He knows I craft, but he doesn't quite understand the junk journal concept yet. I mean, he's an adult. He's not a child. He's actually just turned 40. So, can't believe that he's 40. I remember, I think I was 13 or 14. Well, I must have been 13 when he was born. And, yeah. And I know when he was about a year old, I was 14. And I would dress him up and I would take him. She had another baby by then, and he screamed a lot and cried a lot. And so my little nephew at 1 or 1.5 would shake the crib and go, hush baby, hush baby. And anyway, so I would take him out to the park. They lived in apartments, and I would take him to the park and swing. And my niece, the one that I talk about all the time that comes and helps me clean and do stuff, she was probably 6 maybe at the time. So I would take the both of them. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So this day started off with stores. Actually, it started off like that. My recliner on my couch. We have a couch with a dual recliner. If it was just an individual recliner, it would be a whole lot easier. But no, it's a dual reclining couch. And it's broken. And I do mean broken. So it stranded me in the up position, or the back, like the laid back position like this. So I told my husband, I said, I look like a beach whale trying to get out of it. Because it's electronic. And at first that went out and it was just going click, 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 click. And then so I tried a little more persuasion, and all of a sudden something went ka-clunk. And the whole mechanism underneath there is broken. So that's not good. So we did some shopping. And I said I may have to tip that in. That might be a tip in. Because I may have more than what can go on this page. So we did some shopping. And I have the picture. I have them all. I don't think I chatted with her on that day. This was the food court where we were eating. And I don't have to have all this clip art, but I have it. So if I can use it, I'm going to use it. And then we got a phone call. And the message that I got was that my sister had blacked out at work. She was at work that day. But she had blacked out at work and she had hit her head and was not breathing. That was and that they were rushing her to the hospital. So that was the message that I got. So I was like, get your stuff, let's go. And so we got out of the store. We get to the hospital. We have 3 different hospitals here. And the one that they said they were taking her to, or the one I was told that they were taking her to, we went there. And it wasn't far from where we were. And I asked, at the admission desk, I said, I asked about her by name, and I said, we're here for, her, and her name is Cindy. Anyway, she is my oldest sister. She is the mother of my niece that I always talk about. Anyway, she is, they were like, we don't have her. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Because, my thoughts went right down the drain, right? I mean, immediately I thought the worst. Because of the message that I got. Or the word that I had gotten. And so, which was from my other sister. Which was from my niece and my great niece. And, And so, anyway, we were... just like, what do you mean you don't have her? And anyway, next thing we know, here she comes out of the ambulance. We beat the ambulance there. But she was alert and conscious and breathing. She was struggling to breathe, but that's very different than, I mean, I don't know if she may have lost consciousness, I don't know, but somebody actually, when she was passing out, I'm like, she had just been to my house. She had just come to my house and dropped stuff off. So I'm like, how in the world did that go that wrong that fast? You know? And so I was really scared, to say the least. And so I'm going to put maybe the recliner and the hospital stuff over here, and then the shopping. Yeah, maybe I should do a tip in and then just put this like here. Oh, I can put some of it inside the, I think that looks kind of cute just right there. And it stands out enough against that page. I need a scrap, so I need, I'm going to, well, I thought I was going to be sly and pick a paper without dragging the scraps over, but I'm not. So I think what I'm going to do is use one of these. Yeah, I'm going to use this, I think. And again, these are ones that I made. I did not put the blue ones in the Etsy shop, but I have the green ones in the Etsy shop. And let's see. I was wondering if I wanted to put this on here, like this. That kind of looks cute-ish. I don't know, I mean, I can rearrange it. But, and then put the day and date. I'm trying to decide whether I want to tip this in. And I may call that my scrap. That may just, and this may have to be my scrap for the day. I don't know. But I need a tag to go in here. So, I'm going to need to cut down a piece of paper. And what else did we have? Yeah, that was it for that day. And like I said, I could tip this in, and then I could put stuff on the back, and I could put stuff on this page. But if I have a tag, I could, oh look, so it fits. Does it match? Kind of, or it might fit. I don't know, how long have we been going? Okay, I need to speed up the process a little bit. Well, it matches this page, and it matches the blue. It doesn't really match the Starbucks bag, but that's okay. I can live with that. And then I can put journaling in there. I can put, if I glue this down, I can just kind of overlap that and put this down here. And then put this right here. Right? But it never hurts to tip something in, because it never hurts to have the extra space. So, welcome to my world where I change my mind every 5 minutes. So, I don't think I have to take that off to tip it in. I'm kind of tempted to tip it in this way, because I have this here. And if I tip it in this way, it's going to hide all of that. So I think I'm going to tip it in along this edge. Let's do that. Instead of talk about it, let's do it. And I want it to scoot down a bit. Okay. There we go. And then I will use washi on this one. Boy, all the spam callers are out in full force today. That was another spam call I just had that I intercepted on my watch. My good grief, really? It's Christmas Eve. Give it a rest. And yeah, this one's not going anywhere. All right, let's pick out some washi real quick. And I actually think I made a decision without you helping. Do I want this one or do I want this one? I think this is actually my hesitation on this one. Okay, I didn't make a decision without you. This one is from March. It goes with my green clover, and I know that, and so it taints my. I like this one. My opinion of it, because I associate it with March. This one is kind of a retro. It's got little disco balls and unicorns and ornaments and Santa and rainbows, and they're all ornaments. And it's not, it's kind of a teal green, but it's kind of pretty. I got it last year and didn't use it. It came with a 2-pack from Hobby Lobby. I got the little paper pad, and then I got this washi came with it, and it says "Jingle All the Way," "Peace on Earth," "Joy to the World," you know, all that retro font stuff. Anyway, so okay, all that enough about all that. So put the washi back, put that up. Okay, I still think I'm going to put this right here, and I might put this, well, I don't have to put this on, so I'm going to drop this down like I had it. I'm going to get my glue paper again, and I can move this roll of tape. I've got to decide if I'm going to use another scrap or keep this. Nope. Oh, but I have this. That's kind of cool. Ooh, I like. This is scrap from die cutting. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Like that? Hey, I like that. Ooh, I'm glad I found that one. Okay, come on. Come on with me. You have a new home other than the garbage can. Yay. These are the ones I just finished up last night. And this morning. So, I'm missing the... Boy, this fine tip on this glue is amazing. Okay. Let me see if I can put it on where I'm not hiding Starbucks or that bow. Like that. Perfect. And then we'll put this one right here. And it's like it was just made for it. And am I going over? Yeah, I'm going over an hour. I mean, not yet, but I probably will by the time I get all this glued down. So if you're hanging with me, let me know. I appreciate it. And if you had to go and come back, I appreciate that too. And whatever you watch, whatever you want to watch. I think I'm going to put that right there in the middle. And this up here, maybe this was the food court. So we had a date. My husband and I do a date night. And it wasn't nighttime, it was daytime. Where we go to the food court. We do our last little bit of shopping. We don't usually do it this late. We normally have it done by now. And we usually go like on a Friday or Saturday night. And we just hadn't had a chance to go. I mean, we've been shopping, but we haven't done the food court. So there's this place called the Brickery that he likes to eat, and I do too. And I don't know what kind of food it is. It might be it does have some, it's got like lo mein and fried rice, and we love the bourbon chicken. And he gets the Empress chicken. So I don't know if it's Chinese food or if it's a kind of a mixture of different types of food. Let's see. That's kind of an odd combination, but that's okay. And this, if I find my yellow, well, I have it. It's right here. I don't know if that would look any better, but I think it's in there. It fits. What am I going to put on it? Well, I could put my recliner issue on there and do all the hospital stuff down here on that page. And then, yeah, I could put I don't know. I don't want to cover up Santa, especially not with an ambulance. I think I'm going to put this here, just like it is, and not worry about, yeah, I already have my scrap, so that item of the month challenge is met. So I could put a little bit of journaling space here, or, I mean, I can just put that here. These all kind of are bright and cheerful, and even though it's a hospital and an ambulance, not exactly what you'd call bright and cheerful. But, yeah, I think I'll put that there, and maybe I'll just put that down there. And I don't have anything on this tag, which is fine. Oh, I have my sticker. I got a hot chocolate at kids' temperature, because that's what my sister always gets. And I said, you know what? I'm not in the mood for coffee, and not in the mood to think about what kind of coffee I want. So I got the, well, it's 120 degrees. It's kids' temp with whipped cream. It was pretty good. I mean, I've had their hot chocolate before, and it's good. But it was, I don't think it had enough whipped cream in it. They did not let me hold the spray can of whipped cream, let's just say that. Because I would have loaded it up. Alright, so that can go there. This can go here. So, I am reclinerless. I finally got the feet to go down yesterday, so I can sit on it like a normal chair. Because me trying to climb on and off of it with it being on the... Let me see if I should do this a little bit different. I'm trying to decide if I want to do it this way, or... I think that way works. Yeah, that way works. Okay, I just need to be mindful of where I place this so it doesn't run the hospital off the page. But I'm hitting those bumps. It feels like railroad tracks from that scrap. Okay, so I need this. And it can go up a little bit. And it can go over a little bit, like right there. That kind of straight. Yep. I'm glad I did these in different colors. I knew that I had very few pages in my book that were just traditional red and green. So I knew I was going to have to, in order to be able to use them, I was going to have to do them in other colors. So I did orange and yellow and blue and green, I think. But anyway, my sister is doing fairly well. They never explained why she blacked out I mean, they rushed her and had CT and chest CT and all the things. She had come by my house. She did not come in. She waited at the door because she wasn't feeling well. And I knew she had told me Saturday that she wasn't feeling well. And she gets pneumonia a lot. And so I think that she was overdoing it and sick and not taking it easy. She had slept a good bit of the day Saturday, but she had to work Sunday. And so I think it was a case of she overdid it, and she's got pneumonia. They gave her a bunch of steroids and antibiotics and stuff like that through an IV. And she was feeling better last time I talked to her. And I'm so glad, because, I mean, you know, if you fall and hit your head, and, you know, if she was unconscious, and, oh man, I meant to put this on here. I never did get to use this day, or this, and I really don't want to save it for next year, but I meant to put it on this day, but I got thrown off by the hospital stuff. So, I know that I'm over an hour, but I want to do this real quick. I want to go around, and yellow might not have been the color to use. Blue might have been the better choice. And there was no cat at the food court in the mall, just in case you were wondering. But I just wanted to outline that because it got lost on the page a little bit. And so, anyway, that's that. And again, if you celebrate Christmas, I hope that you are having or have had an amazing day, or will have, depending on when you're watching this. And I appreciate all of you. I appreciate that you show up, that you're here, and your support, and it means the world to me. And, you know, if you'd have asked me several years ago if people would watch me journal, I would have thought you were nuts. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I'm just not that interesting. So, but here you are. And so I like that I get to keep you company in the same way that I liked to be kept company, and still do. When I was homebound, I liked that y'all all kept me company while I was trying to craft or do some things. And so I thought I would return that favor, and so that's when I started my channel. So anyway, that is, yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So, we got 3 pages done. I know it took a little over an hour, but we got 3 pages done and got some Happy Mail, and we framed Kari in gold right here. I wanted to use something from the Happy Mail, and that was the perfect page to use that gold on, I thought. So anyway, all right, y'all have a wonderful day. Merry Christmas to you all, and to all a good night. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for being here. Bye.